In this corner, we have Toy Story Signature Collection Bullseye. And in this corner, we have a Disney Store Bullseye. Let's get ready to battle!
You're watching Today I Grew Up.
Hey guys, it's Today I Grew Up doing another toy battle for you guys, and we have Toy Story Signature Collection Bullseye, and we have Disney Store Bullseye, and we're gonna do a battle. Whoever gets to 10 points first wins the toy battle. Now, I really love the Woody's Roundup logo there on the corner. I love Toy Story Signature Collection box. It has a really iconic look to it. Also, I mean, if we look at the Disney Store one, it also has a really cool depiction of a barn, so it looks like Bullseye's poking out of a barn. Now, in the Disney Store, I really love the Toy Story logo, but I also love the Woody's Roundup classic look on the right. I really like the colors too. Finally, on the back of the boxes, it's really hard to decide. I really like this cartoon look of the Signature Collection box. Well, it was a really hard choice for me, but after looking at the boxes and rotating them 360, I'm gonna give Disney Store Bullseye a point because I really like this barnyard box. This looks more like a vintage retro toy. This one just looks more modern because of all the bright colors and graphics. Now, one thing you're gonna notice is Signature Collection Bullseye comes with a stand, and Disney Store Bullseye doesn't come with a stand. So lucky for me, I do have another Toy Story Collection Bullseye stand, an old one from 2010. Signature Collection Bullseye gets a point for coming with a stand. Now, I think I am gonna go back on my word on saying that Disney Store Bullseye is movie accurate scale. Now, on the box, Signature Collection Bullseye, we know it says it's film accurate scale because it's made with digital Pixar data. So this has to be movie accurate scale. So Disney Store Bullseye, I think, is too tall. He's too big. So now I'm going to compare the size to determine the winner by comparing Toy Story Collection Woody and Toy Story Signature Collection Jessie to see which one is more movie accurate. Well, if you take a look at the movie still, you can see that Bullseye is not supposed to be taller than Woody. I know they're on a stand right now, but still, even then, Disney Store Bullseye here on the left is too tall. And the Bullseye here on the right, Signature Collection Bullseye, he's more movie height accurate scale. So if you look at the movie picture, this Bullseye looks more movie accurate for height. So because Disney Store Bullseye is a little bit too tall and too big, I'm going to give Signature Collection Bullseye a point for being better height scale. So only looking at Bullseye's eyes, I noticed it compared to the movie still, as you see here. The eyes are obviously shaped a little bit more like this, and the eyelids are nice, and also the eyebrows here are thinner, like the movie. And I think here on Signature Collection, this is way too big. It's like an almond size, and it's very long and really skinny, too skinny, I think. And then these eyebrows are too thick up here. And I think they're supposed to be thinner like that. Also, yeah, I think just if we're comparing eyebrows and eyes alone, I think Disney Store, I'm going to give Disney Store a point for having better movie accurate eyes. I think the eyes are just way too big here. Now, if we look at the movie still Bullseye for the hair, it looks separated here from the forehead, and it's kind of sticking out like that. On Signature Collection Bullseye, unfortunately, his hair you'd have to pull it way back to achieve the same look of this Bullseye, and it comes flat, almost like it's falling forward. And movie accurate Bullseye hair, to me, with the color and shape, is going to be the Disney Store because it's coming out of the forehead and it's kind of lifted on its own. And the color, I think the color is just spot on. I think this color is nice and dark. This one, the color is a little too light in contrast to his skin. And also, it's stuck kind of to his forehead. I'm going to give Disney Store a point for having the better hair here. So now taking a look at Bullseye's tail, if we look at the movie still, the tail actually hangs down pretty low. It's not so short. So here on Signature, you can see the tail is pretty low. And here on Disney Store, it ends pretty short here. So you can see, comparing the tails, that Signature actually hangs down lower naturally. So based on these facts alone, Signature Collection has a better tail. Signature Collection Bullseye gets a point for having a better movie accurate tail. So looking at the movie, I was looking at the ears really closely, and I noticed in the Signature Collection there's kind of a fold in there, and it makes the ears have this like fold effect. On Disney Store, they're just puffy and kind of shaped, just triangular, and they're just kind of poofy, and they just stick up. On Signature, it has more of a natural feeling. They're not as stiff. I feel like you can kind of move them and pose them a little bit. And they are kind of folded here, the fabric, so it gives it a nice, kind of like the ear is folded in naturally. So based on the movie still, Signature Collection Bullseye ears are more movie accurate because they don't look like the Disney Store. They look like the Signature one. So because of the movie accurate ears, Signature Collection Bullseye gets another point. Now this is something that I found really fascinating. Signature Collection Bullseye's face, it's kind of like weird shaped. It's kind of skinny here, and it's kind of misshapen a little bit. It's just kind of narrow and skinny. And then Disney Store Bullseye, his face looks more balanced, more symmetrical on the lines. And I don't know, there's just something weird about the Signature face shape and eye shape that just makes it a little too skinny and narrow. And I think this Bullseye, this face part of it looks more natural. So I think based on the face shape, I'm gonna go give Disney Store a point for having a better overall face shape. And this one, I don't like as much. It doesn't look like the movie to me as much. So the nostrils, I feel like both nostrils are pretty much the same. I feel like either one of these are fine. I don't like the nostrils over another, so that's gonna be a neutral thing. I just noticed in this angle that the eyes look weird. They just look crooked, you know? That's why I like the face shape better here, because this just looks crooked. I really like Disney Store mouth because there's black color in there, which makes it look like 3D in a way where the teeth pop out more, and it looks more like an animated Bullseye. This one, it's weird because they didn't paint the inside of the mouth, so the tongue is just kind of this weird flesh color, and it's just open too far, and they didn't finish painting the details. So comparing the mouths, I really like Disney Store mouth. I think it's a cleaner, professional look. Signature, it just looks unfinished, like they didn't complete it. They didn't even paint the inside of the teeth there. It looks flesh colored, like flesh colored teeth, which is weird to me. So based on these factors, I'm gonna give Disney Store Bullseye a point for having a better teeth and mouth sculpt. I also like that the teeth sculpt here the teeth are shaped better. Here they're just more of a flat, non-detailed. Now if we're looking at the necks, this is definitely easier for me to judge. You can tell here that the neck is really fat and thick here. And here on Signature, it's a lot slender and skinny. If we look at the neck here on Disney Store, it's way too thick and it's too big. Here on Signature, it's a lot shorter and more slender, which is more like the movie. So the neck is definitely more movie accurate here on Signature Collection, and definitely less accurate here. It's too thick, too overstuffed, and too long of a neck, which makes it look less movie accurate. So based on these factors, I'm going to give Signature Collection Bullseye a point for having a better movie accurate neck. So here we are at the halfway mark, guys. So far, Disney Store Bullseye has 5 points and Signature Collection Bullseye has 5 points. We have a tie, 5 to 5 points. Who's going to win this toy battle? So now we're going to look at the legs, guys. It looks here like Signature legs are nice and skinny and slender here on the top and a little thicker on the bottom. Here on Disney Store, it's way too thick. You can see how wide and chubby this part is. And on the bottom too, it's not shaped well. It's just kind of fat cotton stuffed in there. So based on the shape of the legs, Signature Collection Bullseye has a more movie accurate leg. And Disney Store leg is just too big and chunky. And that's definitely not movie accurate in my opinion. So if we're comparing the legs, Signature Collection Bullseye gets a point for having more movie accurate legs. Now one thing to compare is the colors. So on Disney Store, it is a darker shade of brown, and on Signature, it's a lot lighter color shade of brown. Now this is pretty subjective because in the movie, I feel like this is more the color it is in the movie, and this one's light, too light. So if we compare the skin colors of the fabrics, for Disney Store brown and Signature brown, you can see that definitely Disney Store is darker. Signature is a little too light. But based on the movie still, if I'm really trying to judge the color of Bullseye, Disney Store brown is more movie accurate to me. I think Signature Collection is Bullseye's too bright. So I'm gonna give Disney Store Bullseye a point for having better movie accurate skin color than Signature. I think this is a little too light to be exactly like the movie. So in the movie, we can see the bottom of Bullseye's where the leg and his horseshoe and foot meet. And here on the bottom, if you look at Disney Store, it's way too, I don't know what they were trying to do here. It looks like some kind of golden yellow mustard color. And here it looks more of a skin flesh tone. And if you look at the movie still, Bullseye has this brown coloring at the bottom here where the divides his shoe and his leg. So his hoof is definitely the right color brown here, and this is the right color skin tone. Here, I don't know what this is. This is not movie accurate because that's how it is in the movie. That's the way it should be. So Signature Collection Bullseye gets a point for that movie accurate detail. So in the movie, Bullseye does have this kind of like golden metal buckle that goes at the bottom of the saddle for, for Woody to put his boot in. And if you look at the movie still, you can tell that it's supposed to be a golden color on the metal. This one here on Signature, it's kind of like this dull faded beige color. It doesn't look like gold, although on camera it kind of does. In person it looks more tan or brownish, which is really interesting. But the Disney Store, it's gold and it stands out more as a dark gold color. It's kind of hard to see it on camera, but in person you can definitely tell the difference. But if you look at the movie still, Disney Store color is more movie accurate. It's not supposed to look dull like this. It's supposed to be gold and stand out like this, just like the movie. Disney Store Bullseye gets a point for having a better movie accurate buckle for the bottom of his saddle. The competition of the toy battle is heating up. First toy who gets to 10 points wins, so let's keep going. So comparing saddles on Bullseye, here on the left, Disney Store, it's lacking in paint app details. So if you look here on Signature Collection, there's these black lines. It looks more like leather because the leather looks more worn. You have splotchy black on there, so it looks like used and worn leather. I like that. It gives it a more realistic feel to leather and look. This one's more of a cheapy material that's a little too flexible and glossy, and you can tell it's just a molded cheap plastic. Here they took the time to actually paint on kind of like a black wash finish, so it looks kind of worn in and used, which is really nice, adds to realism. And here the cactus detail pops out because it's black washed in black here with the accents on the cactus stitching all in black. Here on Disney Store, it's just plain. You can tell it's just like stitched with a machine, very poorly rushed. But here on Signature, they spent time to make it look quality and expensive. And actually feels better. This one's more flimsy and this one's more thick and sturdy. Toy Story Signature Collection Bullseye gets a point for having a better saddle. And now to compare the bottom of Bullseye's horseshoes, you can tell here Disney Store says Andy, and Signature Collection Bullseye doesn't have any letters on the bottom. Now this was hard for me because I do on one hand love the detail of horseshoes imprints on the bottom. Here on Disney Store it doesn't have it, but it does have A-N-D-Y, which spells Andy. If you guys know me, I love movie accurate details. I want a movie prop. I do want Andy's toys. So for me, I want mine to say Andy like the movie. And in the movie still, you can see from Toy Story 3, Bullseye does spell Andy for Woody, and I like that because he's Andy's toy, and I want movie accurate toys. Sorry if you don't agree with that, but I'm gonna give Disney Store Bullseye a point for having Andy on the bottom of his horseshoes. Okay guys, so comparing the bottom, you can tell here, I really love that the Velcro is, even though it's the same, operates the same, this is really nicely done. So when you Velcro it nicely, there's no seam of white poking out. But on this one, it doesn't have a clean seam, so you're gonna have this really ugly white strip on the bottom here. Here it's not, it's way more nicer. If you look at the fabric, this is just really nice and soft. This one's a little bit cheaper feeling and less quality feeling. So So I really like Signature Collection for having better threading on the fabric. I think it's better quality overall. Bullseye in the movie, he's not this fat and chubby. Signature Bullseye here is skinny, and it is slender for a better reason. It looks more like the movie. He fits with Woody and Jesse's body builds better. So this looks like a pot-bellied pig. This looks like a slender, normal Bullseye like the movie we remember. It's less movie accurate because it's too fat, too big. So I'm gonna give Signature Collection Bullseye a point for having a more movie accurate body overall. Now, Disney Store Bullseye does this. That's all he does. Boring. Bullseye responds to my voice. Hey, Bullseye. Hey, Bullseye. Hey, Bullseye. So he responds to my voice. He vibrates. He also makes some horse noises. It's like he's alive with me. Hey, Bullseye, how was your day? See, he responds. And look at Disney Store. That's all he does. Jesse, talk to Bullseye.
Where'd my critters go? You ain't seen them, have you?
Bullseye, talk to Jesse.
Come on, we got critters to save. Let's go.
So you can see that they both talk to each other. That is awesome. Because Bullseye is able to talk and respond to my voice and talk to other Toy Story Collection toys, and it's in scale with all the Toy Story Collection toys, Bullseye Signature Collection gets the final 10th point to win the toy battle. There's only room for one Bullseye in this town. Toy Story Signature Collection Bullseye is the winner. It was a really close battle, 10 points to 8 points. But in the end, you can't beat Toy Story Signature Collection Bullseye. Not only is there the most movie accurate details for size, shape, and overall quality, you really, if you want the best movie accurate Bullseye, you're gonna want to get this one. It pairs great with all the other Toy Story Collection toys, and it just looks great for your collection. Thank you guys for joining me on another epic Toy Story toy battle. If you guys want to see more of these comparison and toy battles, please check the link below. I'll have the links to all my other Toy Story battle videos. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this video. Let me know what else you want me to battle. But I had fun doing this, and as you can see, Toy Story Signature Collection Bullseye is the best Bullseye to display with your Toy Story Collection toys. If you guys like what you see on this channel, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video review.